Services Committee, 415, Druffel, Benedict, Hauser, Welch, and Withers are here. We'll be listening to Resolution 2023-2115, approves a subservient agreement between the Metropolitan Development and Housing Agency and Metro Social Services for one-time payments of first month's rent and security utility deposits on behalf of homeless persons obtaining housing through various campaigns.
Move.
Second? Anybody second?
Second.
There we go. And we got Councilman Rutherford. April, would you like to address and summarize?
Yes, so Metro Homeless Impact Division through Metro Social Services, they actually contract with MDHA on the CDBG grant, which is a part of their 5-year consolidated plan. Instead of using all CDBG funds for infrastructure, they actually utilize a portion of that grant for rental deposits for people exiting from homelessness into permanent housing. And we partner with over 20 agencies, well, I'll say over 10 agencies in utilizing that fund.
Okay.
The year before, we served 352 people. Last year, the grant that just ended, we served 367 people. And this grant agreement is a little bit less than what we typically receive, but we think that it would serve an average of 262 people.
And do you know why it's less?
I think they're coming towards the end of some like ESG, ARP funds,
Okay.
or funds that they were, CDBG, disaster relief, DR, CDBG, DR funds.
Okay. Questions from anybody?
I have a question. Yeah,
Ms. Hauser.
it mentioned the first month rent and the security deposit. So let's say this has been a fabulous tenant, they didn't damage anything, and now they're going to move from there to a different home. What happens with that security deposit? Does it travel with that individual? Okay, so they would get that money to put as a deposit on another
next location.
Okay.
And this is a one-time use for any of the clients that we serve. So it's important so that if they do relocate to another place, that they have that deposit to go along with them.
So
A lot of times the deposits are extremely low simply because most times they're going into something with a subsidy. So anywhere between $250 or $50 in deposits, and that's why we're able to help so many people.
Okay, so it's not as much as like a whole month's rent or anything. Okay, all right, thank you.
Other questions? I had one more question. So as this sunsets, I guess, at some point in time, how are we going to replace it, or do you have something in the budget down the road for the next year?
Well, I think they've received this for over 5 years,
Okay.
and it seems like in the 5-year consolidated plan, they always account for this. And when I say they, MDHA, they always account for this in their 5-year consolidated plan.
Okay. Any other questions? Nothing? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Looks like 6 in favor, 0 against. Thank you. Anything else?
Late file on the back.
Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Did you see it?
And it was from you.
I was voluntold that I had to do this, but it was a good one, so.
Thank you for paying
Thanks for
attention.
keeping me honest in this. Okay, late file resolution. Resolution 2023-2115, Road and Druffel, Welsh and Stiles, approves a hold it.
On the back.
On the back. Approves a grant contract for the provision of health services in encampment-based settings and rapid rehousing locations. Again, April, would you like to?
Yes. So this is out of the $50 million ARP funds that we're going to discuss in a little bit. And this is the support services, so $9 million support services. $1.8 million of that will be in healthcare and on-site at the interim gap housing location and 4 of the mobile housing navigation centers. And they've always provided services there on a smaller scale on-site, like 1 day a week. And what this will help is increasing those services to be 5 days a week or 7 days a week at all of the locations. And then, also revving up to not only the medical services, but all the way from the pharmaceutical care that they may need to connecting them to outpatient and mental health services as well. What we realize is a lot of times they may have like open wounds from living in encampment. We had a female with her ulcer sore down to the bone of her arm from IV drug use, and she refused to go seek medical treatment. We would put her in an Uber, we would put her in a van. She refused. So it really helps to have someone to come there on site. And they've been used to bandaging each other up in the encampments, and afraid that if they go to a hospital to receive care, that they may end up having to do outpatient and leave against their will. So they're more apt to receive services if we bring the services to them.
Perfect. Let me back up for a second. Need someone to move in a second.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstaining? Okay. 5 in favor, 0 against. 6 in favor, 0 against. And I have nothing on the other side, so I am good. And Kitty, am I okay?
You're okay today, Tom.
Thank you. Well, I'm not sure I'm okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Chair, are we adjourned?
Um,
Are we adjourned?
We are adjourned.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.